listening to that interview is Reuben Madadzhe, the ANC Limpopo Secretary, and he joins me now for reaction. Thank you so much, sir, for your time, and good afternoon to you. So we've heard now, of course, from Mamabolo. We saw what the court has done. It has struck this matter off the roll, but it is related to the urgency, not necessarily the merit of the case. And as you've heard, he will pursue it further. Just talk to us about your initial reaction to these developments.
Thank you very much, and he's welcome to do that. He has got the constitutional right to do that. That is why there are people who laid their lives for this democracy of our country. So he's free to do that. We are also free to still go and oppose him because we think what he's raising is baseless, because the ANC, before it starts any process, it issues what it calls guidelines. And these guidelines, they tell you what is going to happen from the start and to the end of the process. Now, the guidelines are very clear. If you are not part of the 10% of the list, you can be changed. 10% can be touched. Boy is not part of 10%. Rule 4.1 to 4.6 state it clearly. How do you then balance the list? Because the list, you need to balance it for demographics, for gender, for skills, for a lot of things. So other than that, there is a document that we requested him to provide on the 21st of November. His matric certificate. We wrote him a letter on the 21st of November.
All right, I'm going to get to what he said in terms of being number 5 and then obviously brought down out of the 20s. But yes, I want to talk about what he's just said, particularly in his court documents, as well as in that interview, saying that the removal from the candidate list to Parliament was both factional and unlawful. Let's start with the factional part.
Yeah, but he must substantiate when he says factional, because the PLC is appointed by the PEC at a properly constituted meeting. So the PLC was the one which was dealing with the issue of the list. The PLC is Provincial List Committee. So I don't see any faction there. And his conversation with Matsila has got nothing to do with the PEC of Limpopo. Chief Matsila is not a PEC member. It's not a PLC member of Limpopo. It is their conversation that they need to pursue it outside our structures. Because if they are friends, we don't get involved in what discussions were they having. We're not supposed to be compelled to get into private conversations of two individuals.
Well, he says that is the reason that he was, speaking to him, conversation with him, which is why he brought up the factional part. The unlawful part, he says.
But that part, my sister, that part of factional is misguided. We are talking about the list which was being managed by the Limpopo Provincial List Committee. In that list, Matsila doesn't sit there. Why are we involving Matsila on issues of Limpopo list when he doesn't sit there?
It's an election year.
Yes.
Mamabolo is a senior member of the ANC.
No, he's a member.
Arguably.
There are no categories in the ANC. It's a member. It's not a senior member.
You're going into a very crucial election.
Yeah, but let's clarify that part, my sister. It's not a senior member. It's a member of the ANC.
He says the process was unlawful as several branches had nominated him.
Yes.
This is a crucial election for the ANC.
Yes, yes.
Are there any processes that will be taken against him, given the fact that he has taken the party to court and he basically is accusing this party of being factional and unlawful?
I don't want to preempt the decision that the PEC is going to take immediately after we would have briefed it. We're going to brief the PEC. We are also compelled to brief the National. Remember, there are issues of finances involved. We have lost a lot of money that we could have used for our campaigns. So I can't preempt whether the decision of the PEC will be that we need to pursue it further, other than to say, let's wait for the PEC to take that decision.
Ahead of this crucial election, of course, South Africans watching, particularly the ruling ANC.
Yes.
Given what, of course, we've heard various polls you know, pitting you at not coming out right in these elections. In fact, some saying under 50%, some even going as far back as 40%. How concerned are you that some of these internal struggles that we are seeing and challenges that are really hampering on this renewal policy that you keep feeding the South Africans is going to hamper on this election?
We are very much concerned if people run to courts before they could exhaust our internal party processes. Comrade Boy disputed the process with the Provincial List Committee, and he was subsequently given the verdict. What he was supposed to have done was to pursue the matter further with the National Electoral Committee of the ANC, which he did not. So we are very much worried about the people who would want to use courts to try and assist them to get back to the list. I don't think it is the responsibility of the court to determine who should be number what at the list. It should be the responsibility of the party using its own internal processes to determine who goes to number what based on the outcomes of the nominations of our branches.